Excitement tinged with a bit of regret. That's the lingering emotion after yesterday's Starship flight. There's no denying it, SpaceX has made remarkable strides. Many of the core systems performed better than in previous missions, and the execution of the entire launch sequence showed significant improvement. Still, alongside those successes, a sense of incompleteness hung in the air. Neither the Super Heavy booster nor the upper stage was able to complete its mission as planned. Now all eyes are on what went wrong. What exactly happened? Why did it happen? And most importantly, how will SpaceX use this experience to make Starship more robust in future flights? In this episode, we'll break down every critical moment of the flight, analyze the technical challenges, and dive deep into what this setback reveals about the road ahead for Starship. 33 engines roared. A colossal machine blasted off the pad. And then, mid-air silence. What went wrong? Join Space now as we uncover the mystery behind Starship's latest flight. That afternoon at Starbase looked like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. About 30 minutes before liftoff, the live stream kicked off, capturing every nail-biting moment, the hiss of venting gas clouds of fuel vapor swirling like thick fog, everything drawing viewers around the world into a breathless wait. The countdown paused twice for just a few seconds, but instead of disappointing the audience, it only heightened the suspense like a musical silence before a dramatic crescendo. And then, after nearly 3 months of anticipation, the moment arrived. Starship lifted off. All 33 Raptor engines ignited as expected, propelling the massive steel rocket off the launch pad with ground-shaking power. After passing through Max Q, the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure, the rocket transitioned into stage separation using a bold technique known as hot staging. The main engines shut down right on schedule, all 30 outer engines, and the center engine of the Super Heavy booster powered down smoothly in preparation for separation. At the same time, the 6 engines of the upper stage ignited in a powerful burst, pushing the 2 stages apart in a precision-timed maneuver that played out like choreography. We're talking about Booster 14B14, the centerpiece of this test. This was its most critical trial yet. In earlier missions, specifically, Flights 7 and 8, the boost-back burn phase, caused a number of issues. But this time, it went off without a hitch. All 10 center engines ignited flawlessly, with 0 malfunctions, a major leap forward that proves just how relentlessly SpaceX is improving. The booster then entered the landing phase, gradually shutting down its engines. The hot staging ring was successfully jettisoned, but unfortunately, B-14's journey ended in disappointment. If you think this Starship flight was just another trial and failure, think again. Space Now is here to reveal why this mission could actually reshape the future of space exploration. As the booster prepared to descend toward the ocean, its engines were expected to reignite to slow down and control its descent. But something went wrong. One of the center engines failed to restart at the critical moment. Before there was even time to assess the situation, B-14 exploded mid-air, just seconds before it would have reached the water. The signal vanished completely. With the Gulf of Mexico in sight, B-14 never made it home. Shortly after the flight, SpaceX announced that this was the first time they had reused a Super Heavy booster. This mission was designed to push the technical envelope to the absolute limit, collecting real-world data to help upgrade future generations of the vehicle. On the safety front, SpaceX reassured the public that the entire area around the Gulf had been properly cleared in accordance with standard procedures before launch. While the official cause hasn't been confirmed, it's likely that the ambitious goals of this mission indirectly contributed to the outcome. Pressure drop, flap failure, an uncontrollable tumble at the edge of space. Why did Starship fail in the final moments? Join space now as we break it down, millisecond by millisecond. Specifically, B-14 was tasked with testing a high angle of attack re-entry, diving down at a steeper angle to save fuel while enduring stronger atmospheric drag. This technique holds promise for future landings, but it also subjects the vehicle to dramatically higher aerodynamic stress, potentially exceeding the limits of the system's structural tolerance. Additionally, the engine failure may be linked to the ignition system, an ongoing technical weak point that SpaceX has been working to resolve. Still, despite ending in an explosion, this flight accomplished something groundbreaking. It marked the first-ever reuse of a Super Heavy booster. Not to mention, it successfully overcame the infamous boost-back burn hurdle that had troubled previous missions. What do you think? In your view, is reusing a rocket like B-14 truly viable, given the current level of technical complexity? Drop a comment below, because B-14's story isn't over just yet. And then came the next big milestone payload deployment, expected around 17 to 18 minutes after liftoff. Sadly, that didn't go as planned either. The issue appears to have been with the payload bay door, which may have failed to open a scenario that brought back memories of the third flight, when the door only opened partially, likely due to mechanical or structural issues. Once again, SpaceX will have to wait for the next test flight to fully validate Starship's ability to deploy payloads in space, a crucial step for placing satellites or cargo into orbit. Do you think Starship's payload bay door design is currently the biggest weak point in the system? Share your thoughts with us. But that's not all. The situation quickly spiraled out of control. Around the 40-minute mark, Ship 35 began losing control during re-entry. Video footage and simulations capture the terrifying moment, the entire vehicle spinning violently as it hurtled through Earth's atmosphere at extremely high speeds. This time, the re-entry conditions were even harsher than before, with aerodynamic pressure and temperatures pushing the limits. Still notably, SpaceX closely monitored the descent, either to keep the spacecraft within the intended orbital corridor or to gather valuable data on re-entry performance. This was also an opportunity to evaluate upgrades in the Starship V2 version, including enhanced engines and refinements to the aft control surfaces. What do you think about the V2 improvements? Are they truly effective under real-world conditions? By minute 46, after a brief loss of signal, internal camera footage returned, showing a worrying sight. One of the rear control fins was severely scorched, with an estimated 25% of its surface burned away. Just minutes later, the flight officially ended. Elon Musk later confirmed the primary cause: a leak in the main fuel tank. This led to a loss of pressure, preventing fuel from reaching the engines, which in turn caused the loss of control. He explained that the leak started during stable orbital flight and persisted through re-entry. The exact leak point remains unknown, but two possibilities are likely: extreme flight conditions or pre-existing vulnerabilities in the system before launch. Although the mission didn't end perfectly, it still achieved a significant engineering milestone. The heat shield withstood the entire flight, demonstrating that the thermal protection system is nearing maturity. Overall, this test flight was a mix of breakthroughs and missed objectives. SpaceX managed a clean ascent, achieved stable orbit, shut down engines on schedule, and confirmed the effectiveness of the new heat shield. But there were still goals left, unmet. No payload deployment, no engine restart in space, no controlled landing of the Super Heavy booster, no stable re-entry, and no gentle ocean touchdown of the upper stage as hoped. Still, whether success or failure, each mission brings SpaceX closer to the dream of fully reusable orbital rockets. The flight data from Ship 35 will directly contribute to optimizing future test missions, like individual puzzle pieces coming together to complete the bigger picture of modern aerospace exploration. Although this journey didn't reach its final goal, it still marked a critical step forward in realizing the dream of conquering space with a reusable, powerful, and reliable launch system. Now, following Flight 9, all eyes are once again looking ahead to the future of the Starship program. Neither stage reached its ultimate target this time, but the data collected is invaluable. It represents a clear leap forward in the path toward building a fully reusable system. In a post-flight statement, SpaceX emphasized that success comes from what we learn. Elon Musk echoed that sentiment, adding, "There's a lot of valuable data to analyze." What's your take on the outcome of this flight? Will these technical setbacks slow down progress, or could they actually spark the next breakthrough? Let's talk about it in the comments. Interestingly, Flight 9 seems to have met SpaceX's internal objectives, something that may help the company avoid a formal investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA), which has previously caused delays for several missions. If no investigation is triggered, Starship's testing schedule could accelerate significantly. Elon Musk also confirmed on X that SpaceX is targeting test flights every 3 to 4 weeks over the next 3 missions. If everything stays on track, Flight 10 could launch by mid-June, with Flights 11 and 12 following close behind before summer wraps up. Do you think SpaceX can maintain that kind of rapid pace? Flight 10 carries even greater expectations. It aims to accomplish what Flight 9 nearly achieved successfully, deploying a payload, reigniting the engines in orbit, surviving atmospheric re-entry, and executing a soft splashdown in the ocean. For now, SpaceX will continue prioritizing splashdown landings, bringing the upper stage down into the sea rather than attempting a capture using the mechanical arms on the launch tower. That high-precision tower catch method is reserved for more advanced tests in the future. Upcoming flights will build on several critical achievements from Flight 9, such as flawless boost-back burn performance by the booster stage and stable orbital coasting by the upper stage. These are foundational breakthroughs paving the way for fully reusable missions and even interplanetary travel down the road. As the test cadence accelerates, the Starship program is clearly gaining serious momentum. By the time Flights 11 or 12 launch in July or August, we may witness a more complete mission profile, from controlled re-entry and precision splashdown to extended space operations testing. In the meantime, if you're rooting for SpaceX, don't hesitate to drop a comment. Let's try again and help keep the fire of space exploration and discussion burning strong. Every test flight is a step closer to a multi-planetary future, something that just a few decades ago still belonged in the realm of science fiction. But for now, let's shift our focus away from Starbase and turn our attention to the Moon. There's an exciting new development out of Japan. The Resilience lunar lander from iSpace has just shared a breathtaking photo of the Moon's south pole. While preparing for its upcoming landing attempt, Resilience transmitted a stunning image back to Earth, captured on May 22nd from lunar orbit. The photo reveals a rugged landscape filled with craters, standing out starkly against the deep blackness of space. Some have even compared the surface to a piece of celestial cheese. According to iSpace, the photo was taken near the Moon's south pole, a region known for its geologically complex terrain. One intriguing detail: the image creates a strange optical illusion. Although the terrain is concave, many viewers see it as convex. What about you? When you look at the photo, do you see craters or bumps? Resilience was launched on January 15th aboard a Falcon 9 rocket alongside the American Blue Ghost lander by Firefly Aerospace. However, the two missions followed different paths. Blue Ghost took a direct route and landed on March 2nd, while Resilience opted for a more fuel-efficient trajectory and entered lunar orbit on May 6th. The Japanese lander is currently preparing to descend near Mare Frigoris, a vast lunar plain located in the Moon's northern hemisphere. This mission carries 5 scientific payloads, including the Tenacious rover, developed by iSpace's European division. Tenacious is tasked with collecting lunar regolith, the Moon's rocky surface material, under a contract signed with NASA back in 2020. If the landing succeeds, it will mark a major milestone not just for Japan, but for the global effort to explore the Moon. It would also showcase iSpace's growing capabilities in deep space operations, a vital skill set for future interplanetary missions. From Starship to Resilience, from the launch pads of Boca Chica to the surface of the Moon, the race to space is heating up every day. Each mission, whether it ends in triumph or setback, brings us closer to a new era of cosmic discovery. I'm Kevin from Great SpaceX. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep following the pivotal milestones of SpaceX and cutting-edge space technology with me. And always remember, curiosity, imagination, and inspiration will guide the way as long as you keep looking up. The universe is ever expanding, and SpaceX keeps pushing the boundaries. From dramatic Starship launches to the bold quest for rocket reusability, each liftoff is more than a flight. It's one step closer to a multi-planetary future. If your heart races when the Raptor engines roar, or your eyes light up watching Starship's onboard camera beam back images of Earth from orbit, then Space Now is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button and let us know what you think. What do you expect from the next Starship flight? Do you believe SpaceX will land on the Moon before 2030? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them all. See you in the next video.